Hey everyone, Rowan here, and I do not like the amazing digital circus. I don't know why I started off the stream with that. It was just like the first thing on my mind. Um, and I just needed something unrelated to the stream to talk about until people start showing up. Um, Hi Manalasa, hi Alastra, hi Moth Exit. Hi, Cloudy Yanfei. Hi, Multi Fandom Nerd. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Bill Worshipper. I'm gonna do slow mode again. Hey, Void Investigator. Hey, Teresa Stone. I don't know who Corey Alonso is. Worship Ina? I used to. There's like a whole playlist of me just simping for Ina. You won't be chatting as much? That's okay. I mean, you can worship Ina if you want. It's just that, it's kind of complicated and it doesn't have anything to do with this stream. Anyway, I've been working on an animation meme with my friend Ricochet's characters from his like webtoon Special Forces Sharks that he wants to make into a comic book. And I'm doing the You Got That animation meme because he was the one who introduced me to that animation meme through the Ina one on his channel way back when, like 2021. Hey Tia. So I am animating his characters, and let me show you what I have so far. Just a warning, it may be really loud. I don't know how to fix the sound issue. That's all I have so far. I'm really running behind. His birthday's in 5 days. There it is again. Hey Void. Hey Beezy. Sorry. I still haven't figured out how to fix the issue with the music being so loud. It doesn't sound loud to me. And let me see. If I turn this all the way down to like 20%, will it be quieter for you? Okay, now I can barely hear it, but was that better for the rest of you? Thank you, Multi-Fandom Nerd and Manalasa. Although Multi-Fandom Nerd, I'm less than halfway done. Your goose is hatching. What does that mean? Anyway, next up I'm gonna animate Caroline. The 3 characters here. This is Great White. Let me show you. So this is Great White. This is Hammerhead. And this is Tiger. They're all like really powerful soldiers and like, or not, I don't know, like kind of like special agents, I guess would be a more accurate description. They're special agents, and today I'm going to be drawing Claire. I mean, not Claire, Caroline. I'm going to be drawing Claire after Caroline. But here's the storyboard I have for Caroline. I'm honestly not entirely sure what her role in the series is. I think, based on the art I've seen, I think she's like some sort of mechanic. Um, and when it comes to the reference images of her, I have a little dilemma, which I'll get to in a moment. Hello, Zippy Coons. Thank you, Elastra. Um, okay, I'm glad it was better. Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I'm making progress somewhat. Um, Zippy Coons, I'm drawing my friend's characters. This is a birthday gift for him. He's really interested in sharks, so of course, you know, he named and designed the characters as such. Therefore, his project he's been working on called Special Forces Sharks. The name is kind of self-explanatory. These are not my characters. These are Ricochet's. Um, Thank you, Elastra. What was your reaction to mayonnaise? I was neutral to it. Like, I didn't have a strong reaction either way. I I know what you're saying, Zippy Coons, but I'm drawing them directly from his references, which I'm gonna show you now, actually. Since it's only May 1st, can I still join your server or do I have to wait? Oh, I see. So you can come back, Daisy. That the 1 month rule doesn't apply to you because I like know it's you. That only applies to like weed out like the trolls who try to rejoin on their alts. But like I know you. You can come in. Um I didn't realize that was what you were waiting for. But anyway, um I'm gonna show you a little problem I'm having with the reference for Caroline. So I was looking through my old messages with Ricochet. I couldn't find any like colored references of Caroline. So I asked him for one the other day, and he gave me this one. Which, like, look how cool that looks. He's such a good artist and whatnot. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. I can work with this. Then I know you know how to color everything. But then I was talking to him yesterday, and he said that he was redrawing this because this is an old drawing, and so he wanted to redraw it. And he didn't finish it. He hasn't finished it yet, at least to my knowledge. And so all I have for the updated reference is this work in progress, which of course already looks really cool, and like most of the line art is done. But then we're back to the original problem, which is how do I color this? You know? Like here she has a new outfit, and I don't know how it's supposed to be colored. Whereas here it's clear how the outfit is supposed to be colored, but it's outdated. So, I mean, I see like a very now that I look at it though, I think they're supposed to be the same outfit. It's just that the line art on the old one is a lot fainter. It's pretty much just gray. Okay, that makes things a lot easier, actually. Alright, okay. Problem solved, actually. I'll use this, for the outfit itself, and then I'll save this one for later when it's time to color it. So let me move these over here, actually, so they aren't covering up the drawing. Alright. Yeah, I can work with this. I think I'm gonna omit some of the smaller details, honestly, like, this, like, sort of, like, pattern here with the triangles I may omit, just, for, because I'm running short on time. She doesn't have gloves anymore. That's actually kind of a relief because the way I drew them looked kind of weird. Anyway, I'm gonna start with the head. I disable all these. Also, I'm gonna rename this layer because I'm not just using it for arms anymore. I used it for, like, hair. So, there we go. Alright, so this part should be fairly easy because I'll just be, like, tracing over the sketch. But unfortunately, this sketch is extraordinarily messy because I did it traditionally because I was on an airplane. Because I was in Puerto Rico for quite a while. First my birthday, then my grandpa's funeral. There was, like, a lot to do in Puerto Rico. I had some good times, I spent some time with my family. I went to the beach, I went to the rainforest, I pet a lot of dogs. All the food tasted better there. I got to sleep on a pull-out couch that was, like, probably some of the best sleep I got in my life. Um, I miss Puerto Rico, but hopefully I'll be able to live there someday. I just need to wait till my dad retires because um my parents are still taking care of me because I'm disabled. Anyway, I'm gonna focus on this drawing here. Okay, we've got this, like, microphone here. I feel like I should make this part a bit thicker. There we go. Okay, now it's getting harder to see what I'm drawing. Why is there, like, a line across her head? Was that, like, a guideline that I forgot to erase? That is so stupid. She has interesting eyebrows. Look at the... I'm not drawing them right. No, those aren't her eyebrows. Those are her eyelashes. She has like pointy... She has like pointy eyelashes. And then they kind of just keep going like so. So if I just erase that. Crap. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what was like originally here. I'm just gonna have to like freehand it. So that doesn't... What is going on here? Something like this? I can barely even see what I drew here. I know that these are supposed to be rectangular though. Shit. Okay. Okay, I see. So then there's the bottom lashes. This is supposed to be one of the bottom lashes. I'll just draw them kind of like this. No, that doesn't look right. I still doesn't quite look right, but I guess that'll have to do. And then she has like these sort of like plus signs for pupils. Something really cool about Caroline and Claire is that they have cybernetic eyes. Like a lot of the characters are like cyborgs. That's why they have those like markings on their faces. And in the cases of Caroline and Claire, this even extends to their eyes, which is why they look different from the other characters' eyes. I feel like this is off. This should be more like that. And then this... where's it coming out of? It's coming out like the side. Yeah, like that. Okay. But it's supposed to be like a 3/4 view, so like... Is it because of the hair that it's like covered? Should this go more? Should the hair... No, because this is in front of the hair because of the perspective. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Let me catch up with chat. Alastra, I'm sorry, but I rather that you don't return to the server because you made a lot of people uncomfortable. Hello, Darian. Yes, there were a lot of dogs, in Puerto Rico. Most of them were in the family. One of them found me while I was using the toilet. A dog, like a little puppy, came under the toilet stall to be petted. But the others were all in the family. And yes, El Yunque is a rainforest in Puerto Rico. Lower the opacity of the traditional art and you'll see better. That wasn't the problem. The problem was that I couldn't see what I had drawn on the traditional art because I had drawn and erased so much and I pressed down too hard, so when I erase it doesn't fully go away, so I couldn't even comprehend what I had previously drawn. Like, I couldn't comprehend my sketch. And no, I'm not drawing with my mouse. I'm using a tablet. I'm sorry to hear that, Zippy Coons. Oh, bye, Daisy. How did the marker taste, Void? You're not late at all, Happy Bunny 34. It's still, like, towards the beginning. Alastra was generally being immature, and, like, I always felt like I had to babysit her. But what finally got her banned was, when she simped for Gideon. I'd rather, yeah, I'd rather not talk about that too much. Thank you, Arrow. I do get very focused. Yeah. Manalasa, why didn't you last long in the server? But anyway, Void, tell me how the marker tastes. Oh, you are under 16. That makes sense. Well, once you turn 16, you can rejoin. Alright. She's not gonna be wearing gloves because I am not good at drawing the gloves. So let's just do the rest. Let's start with this because this is pretty easy to draw. It's just a curve like that, and we've got a curve here. For some reason, I have Weird Al's Hardware Store song playing in my head. I don't know why. I haven't even listened to it in like months. So, let's see here. This part is going to remain for like the sort of like cuffs, because she's got her sleeves rolled up. I feel like this is a bit, should be more like that. All right. And then her outfit covers her whole neck. Like so. And it goes down here a bit. Okay. And it curves like so. Goes up the middle. Hold on, her neck is too long. Let me lower the head a bit. So that the neck doesn't appear so long. Oh, sorry, I'm reading chat. Oh, bye, Zippy Coons. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So that way it's easier to use the paint bucket tool with this. Once I color in her face and hair, it won't be visible. This actually kind of curves up from here to like behind her. So it goes more like this. So this part goes like so. And that part goes like. Wait. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Did you know that song actually has a really sad story behind it? So like even though this song like became like a meme and it's supposed to be funny, I can't help but think of the like the sad backstory that the song has. This low key sucks. Okay, the buttons need to be a little more organized. How many are there? 5. So I'm gonna make this one a little bigger. All right. And then we've got like some sort of badge here. It's further down. There's like a square going over it like this. But I think I made the square a bit too big, yeah. The square should go like that. And there we go. And this part needs to be a little bit, oops, a little bit longer. All right. And that's fine, I guess. I think the buttons are going too low. Maybe I think I need to bring them closer together. And then add like her belt. And the start of her skirt at the bottom. All right, so her belt will go here. And that will be her. See, we'll have this line. We'll have these lines kind of curve out a little bit. Since this is where her waist kind of starts to curve out. All right. Now I just need to add these patterns here. So let's see, this goes to here. And then this bottom one goes to here. Then the one in the middle goes like that. And then there's some patterns on the skirt, but they will be just barely visible there. All right. So let me add the forearms. And then I'll draw in the hands properly. Hands are always so hard to draw. Okay, let me disable the sketch layer real quick to see how it looks. Looks pretty good so far. Though I think since she's gonna be throwing her hands in the air, I'm going to take these regions and sort of, so I'm gonna make this its own layer, and I'm gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna do the same for this arm. So that way I can move the arms separately without having to redraw the entire torso. Wrong. Here we go. Let me disable this real quick and sort of like cap this off. I will erase these additional boundaries afterwards, but I just need to put them in temporarily so that I can use the paint bucket tool. Alright, you know what? Let's color the head and body for now, and then I'll get back to the arms. So for this, let's go to the other reference. Let's see what's going on in chat. Should I mention you in the finished product of Emotion meeting Bill since you gave me the idea? How did I give you the idea? I'm genuinely curious because I don't even know who Emotion is. Congratulations on getting your yellow triangle-shaped glasses, Void. Oh, holy shit! I just realized something. So, you know how my Inasona has triangle-shaped glasses? Well, I never drew it, but I always had this concept in my head that for the duration of time during which Ina was fully yellow, that my Ina Sona would have yellow glasses, which means that in my Ina Sona's lore, there is a period of time in which their glasses were yellow triangles. I just made the connection. Holy crap, thank you, Void. Why are you throwing rocks at each other, though? Darian, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Thank you, Manalasa. Saturn Labs character last animation stream. Oh, like you were drawing at the same time? Yeah, I didn't even mean for it to be that way. I came up with that concept before I became a Bill Cipher enthusiast. Anyways, time to start coloring. Hair. It's like this sort of greenish blue, interestingly. It's like let me do a gradient actually, cuz it's more of like it's like a very light mint green at the front. And then towards the back. Oh, wait. I didn't draw the bangs right. Let me fix that real quick. Cuz this on this side the bangs goes like that. And then on this side it goes like this with that in the back. Well, I don't know, because in the new design it changed. In the new design... I'm going to leave it like this, because this actually is closer to the new design, because I guess I used a newer reference. Anyway, I'm just going to get... I get that light green back. Alright. I can fix it later if need be. So this is the back and this is the front. I think I'm gonna do it sort of like this actually. There. And then in this section there's like some like white going across. Alright, let me blend it in a bit. There we go, that's not bad. Okay, so now the face. It's like, this is like the there we go. This is more like, this is kind of like the base of the face. And then I'll add the like sort of warmer tones shortly. The eyebrows. Okay, so Ricochet's really good at coloring eyes. Like, look how cool this looks. I am not going to be able to do this justice, that is for sure. So, I'll try, but I know it's not going to be anywhere near as good as his. So, this gradient is kind of like a square, but I don't have the option for a square gradient. So I'm gonna flip this and do it sort of like this. All right, and then the other side. Oops, I didn't unselect. I didn't deselect this side. All right. I guess that's all right. And then let's see, for her mouth, I'll have like some white for the teeth. And then, wait, how did I do it? There, I just did white. Okay, I'm not gonna do like a bright white though. I'm gonna do like a bit of a more natural looking white. And then this goes like so. Alright, that'll do. And then the last thing for the face is adding this like sort of darker tones to the sides of the face, since they're like more flushed. So I'll do that with a large airbrush. I put too much pressure. Wait, this part wasn't selected. Alright, that should be good. Oh, and I also need like shading going across the top to indicate like the shadow of her hair. It's not going to be as prevalent now that her hairstyle's changed, but I do want like a little bit here and there just to give it a little more depth. There we go. Alright, so that's the face done. Now to color the body. Hello, heart. Zippy Coons, I don't think you missed much. I'm glad that I'm giving you motivation to draw, Manalasa. Void Investigator, you want an idea to draw? So you said on Discord you're losing interest in Gravity Falls. Well, you know what's something that could help you regain your interest? Draw Bill Cipher. Thank you, Darian. Yeah, he's like really good at drawing eyes. The way he draws them all look like crystals. Like with like Caroline in particular, you can see that you can really see that sort of like cybernetic aspect. Like the eyes look digital, if that makes sense. Thank you, one salty human. I'm glad I've inspired you, Darian. Alastra, I think you should stop asking strangers for hugs. I'm glad that I've been able to motivate you, Happy Bunny. I did not realize that I would have this much of a positive influence on people, but it is what I hoped for, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Anyway, time to color the body. It's mostly gonna be just this same gray, apart from the belt and the badge. Oops. It's on the wrong layer. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, oop. Oh, okay, yeah, right. I remember now. I moved that to different layer. The belt is this really dark gray, as is this part of the badge. And then that part of, oops, that part of the badge is green. And I'm not sure what color this is supposed to be, so I'm just gonna have this part, but actually no, it's there too. It's this same color. So yeah, this goes like all the way up her neck. I forgot something that's kind of bothering me is I forgot to draw the microphone sort of thingy that they all have. I forgot to draw it for Tiger, but um I put like her face on like multiple layers, and it would have just been too much of a hassle to do it like to draw it like several times and get it all right, or just copy paste it and then take it out and merge it down for each of them. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like, I don't know. She doesn't have to be wearing the headphones. Like presumably they they can take them off. Like it's not like they're stuck to their heads. At least I don't think so. That'll be an interesting thing to ask him. Do any of them just like have their headphones and microphone just like stuck to their heads? Because like now that I think about it, it is a possibility because they're cyborgs. Anyway, I need to add some, again, just for now. This is just for now so that I can use the paint bucket and then I'll fix it. Wait, not the other one. It's okay. And now the other one, which is up here. Oh, that was really clean. All right. Now for the hands. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, draw one hand, and then duplicate flip it. Alright, so she's going to be like throwing her hands in the air. And my hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. So one thing that's helped me is to draw it sort of like a partial mitten first. And then on this part, draw the rest of the fingers. And then like pull this part down. And it's a hand. It's not a good hand, but it's a hand. I think that'll do. Actually, it should probably be a little bit bigger, because the hand is usually roughly about the same size of the face. I don't think this applies as much to anime adjacent styles because the heads are a lot bigger than in realism. But I don't want the hands to be like teeny little hamster hands either, like little raccoon hands or whatever. And I'm also gonna change like the trajectory of this finger, because right now it kind of looks broken. All right. Let's move this hand over here now. Looks like this, seems like this arm may need to be a little bit longer, or at least a little bit more inward. Let me work with this arm a bit. Where's the... there. Okay. Yeah, this arm I need to change the trajectory a bit, because it doesn't narrow as it gets closer to the wrist like it's supposed to. Supposed to kind of go like so. There we go. Oops. Okay, now this is kind of annoying, but I'm gonna have to take this out so that I can merge it down and put it back in. And then do the same with the other one. Merge down, put it back. Alright. Now all that's left to do is add color to the arms. And then we can start animating. Oh, I actually neglected to color this part back here. Put it like that. There we go. Alright, let me check on the chat. Still throwing rocks. I think it's an artist thing, Darian. The whole, like, getting in the mood to draw due to seeing other people draw. I think it's really cool. Thank you again, Manalasa. Oh, I see Daisy made it back into the Discord server. And is back reading, like, everything. One time I got obsessed with drawing a character and it was fine until I made friends with someone who literally looked exactly like them. Luckily, that has never happened to me because the characters I get obsessed with drawing are never humans. Or at the very least, they don't look like actual humans. Like, so I've never had that problem. What do you think of interaction streams? I find them frustrating. Maybe I'm biased because I've only been to one such stream. But it was Jacksepticeye's Iris ARG. And so what happened was there were so many people in the chat, like tens of thousands of people, that it was impossible to get anything done. Like there was like one specific puzzle that people got stuck on, and it literally took literally hours for that one puzzle to get solved. And I just remember feeling really frustrated because I tried like typing in the chat, but it felt like nothing I did actually made a difference, which was probably true. So I don't know, maybe it's different on less popular interactive streams, but in my particular experience with one of those streams, it was just extremely frustrating. And I feel like I didn't contribute anything. What's going on here? I see. I need to put that there. Alright. So this is going to actually be like the sort of like landing pose. So I'm going to work backwards from here. Also, sorry if this is too loud. Alright, so this is where the next one starts. Alright, so it's gonna end in this pose. Actually, I don't want it to last the whole thing. I think we'll do like 1, 2, and then jump it to like maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe have like 3 at the start and 3 at the beginning. And just have her sort of like hold the pose. Alright. So let's see. Oh. She calls herself Manolasa because she loves cutting hands. Wow, I had not thought of. I mean, no wonder Bill is always so excited to say her name. I mean, obviously I speak Spanish, but I never made the connection to like I didn't think it actually meant something in the lore. Man, it's no wonder Bill loves you. Well, not loves, but you know, he's like you're like one of his favorites. Multi-fandom nerd, you missed Void Investigator dying, apparently. Also, I'm sorry for the music jump scare again. Alright, so let me get to work setting up the body. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to draw more of the skirt. Yeah, let me do that real quick. I need to like extend this a bit further down. Okay. And draw more of the skirt. No. That's not how it's drawn. me draw this line first and then add the middle line. Okay, that's better. Fill it in. Bum, bum, bum. All right. And now bring it back down. I think it was about there. All right. So, yeah, it's gonna like sort of fall back. And then the head. I guess will be sort of like that. Now the arms are gonna be like having the most movement because they're going to like fling up. Like this. Alright, so now I have to erase the parts of the arm. This is the most frustrating part, is getting it to all line up. And the thing is, this is alright. You know what? I'm just gonna move this so that it lines up more. Okay. Doesn't matter too much, does it? And then this arm, I think, is fine as long as I extend the torso a bit more. I accidentally... Something annoying about Clip Studio Paint is that by default it like selects all the layers when you're like moving something like that. So now I had to undo everything and repeat the process. now we're good. Okay, now it's a bit too wide, but I can work with it. Hold on. So you know what? I'm just gonna make it I'm just gonna push it in a little bit. And then bring the arm up. Okay, whatever. There can be a little whatever there. Doesn't matter. Okay, now comes the annoying part, which is getting the arms to rotate correctly. Because they're not rotating on the proper axis. So you know what? I'm going to have to do this again. I'm going to have to redo these. But then change it so that it rotates around this axis. Right now, let's see. Okay, now it works a bit better, but I still have to manage the in-betweens. Okay, this starts here. This starts here. Now, let's see. Okay, that's fine. This arm could use some adjustment. No, not that one. The other one. Actually, that one too, because it's kind of like dislocated here. This thing just, hold on, I'm taking medication. That thing is causing a problem still, so I'm gonna tuck it in a bit more. Better yet, can I just do like this? Get rid of all that. Okay. Alright, that's actually not that bad. The only problem now is that this arm needs to extend further. So I'll just pull it down like so. And it needs to be colored too, apparently. Let me disable the torso layer for a moment so I can see what I'm coloring. Okay. Yeah. Alright, this should be easier to work with. There we go. Looks a lot better. That arm is fine. It's this one that needs more work. I know what the problem is. This I need to imagine like it's the side part of the body, so instead of just stopping directly here, it would kind of curve down to like here. Sort of. Let's see if that works. I mean, it's better, I guess. The arm is going over the hair, though. Okay. This arm. Oops. Wrong one. I see the problem. It's that this curves in. I need this to be straight. So, okay. So instead of doing it like that, do another line like that. Fill that in. And then erase that part. Like I said before, I'm not used to doing it like this. Wait, why did it not? Like I said before, I'm not used to doing it like this because I usually do lineless, but Ricochet specifically likes lines. It's one of the ways we're opposite. He really likes lines on the art. Sometimes I draw something lineless and I show it to him. I'm like, what do you think? He's like, how would it look with lines? Like, and so since this is his birthday present, I have to put lines on everything so that he'll like it. And it's hard for me because I'm not used to this, but it's gotta be helpful eventually, you know? Okay, now I gotta realign all of this. So, no pun intended, by the way. This arm is now gonna go. Oh, I didn't erase that. Let me erase. To like there. Okay. I can do this. Alright. That looks kind of weird. Let me adjust it a bit. Okay, that's slightly better, I guess. So it still looks kind of. Oh, I know what part of the problem is. Is that this arm is on the wrong layer. This arm This arm needs to be on the bottom. Okay. Okay, I got it. 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 I got this. I got this. Okay. I got this. Okay. So, cut this. No, just these two. Cut. Paste. And now I have to redo this so that it lines up properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. What's going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here? There we go. Okay. So now I need to go back to the torso. And I need to erase this part so that line isn't there. Alright, so it goes sort of like that. Oh, there's still a bit of line here, I think. Okay, now we're finally getting somewhere. And then I'll finally check the chat. Okay. So this arm goes like this. And then space for 2, paste. And then I'll adjust it. Okay, I see the problem. I need to pull this arm back. Doesn't look quite right because of that line there, but hopefully people won't pay much attention to it. Alright, are we finally done? Let's take a look. Music warning. Okay, why did it look slippery? Why did that hand pop out there? What? Let's see. Alright, I think that's okay. Okay, now everything's moving together. Okay. Alright, I think that's fine for now. Oh, I just saw everyone cheering for me in the chat. Thank you all. What do you mean, why did you sneeze like that? Did I sneeze in a weird way? Hi, Lore. Don't give Lore any lore. Pun intended. Nanolasa. Yeah, it was Bickle Carpet. Nanonasa now. Yeah, I had no idea that y'all were like eating Void Investigator. I have trouble keeping up with the chat role plays because, you know, I'm busy animating. I've been going for over an hour and a half, I just realized. But yeah, thanks again for the chants, everyone. And thank you for the compliment, Happy Bunny. Alright. I kind of wanted to make it look like she was like jumping and landing on one like she was jumping and landing on one leg. So I wonder if I could pull that up. Oh, that looks so good. That's like exactly what I envisioned. Okay, now I gotta do the arms all over again. Okay. No, I gotta do this because this is like exactly to a T what I had in mind. So I gotta do this now. Alright. I am cooking. Alright. Doing the arms all over again, but it will be worth it. Also, this arm needs to be a bit lower. Like that. Okay. Oh, I see why it's so high up. It's because I didn't... For whatever reason, that one didn't stick. Okay. Okay. That's actually not bad. Just do a couple little adjustments. And the other arm. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. I did it. I did it. I recreated the video in my brain. You have no idea how satisfying this is. I recreated the brain video. Look at this. I got her to like jump into the pose. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Whew, that was worth spending an hour and a half on. Thank you, Manalasa and Void and Daisy. Thank you, Zippy Coons and Void Investigator. Well, Daisy, you say take all the time you need, but Ricochet's birthday is in 5 days. And I still have like 5 different shots to draw. I'm like behind schedule. I'm trying to do a shot a day, but I'm behind schedule, which is not good. I think, honestly, at this point, I'm getting so desperate that, I may just, for, like, one of the shots of Claire, who's Caroline's twin sister, I may literally just trace my drawing of Caroline, because I'm, losing my patience here. Well, not that I'm losing my patience, but I'm on a tight schedule. Also, for this reason, there won't be any more Bill Cipher videos until after Ricochet's birthday. Like, I'm gonna keep doing them, just not as frequently as I used to. Like, maybe once or twice a week. But for the time being, there's, for sure, I'm like 100% certain there are not gonna be any more Bill videos until after Ricochet's birthday. Because I gotta get all of this done in 5 days. So no, Daisy, I can't take all the time I need. But thank you all for celebrating. Unfortunately, I am getting, like, tired now. And sorry, I just spaced out. You know what? Let's do it. Let's draw Claire. I can just use onion skins to trace Caroline, because she's, for this first part, she's gonna be doing the same motion but mirrored. So let's just get at least a little bit done. Alright. They have like the same hairstyle, so I can just trace all this. They have the same hairstyle, they have the same I think they have the same facial markings as well. But Claire has some different eyes. That's the main difference between their two faces. But I really gotta work hard on this, because, Ricochet stayed up till 2:30 in the morning working on my birthday gift. So, it's only fair. Also, I didn't give him a gift last year. I was gonna make him like an original animation, Um, but unfortunately, that didn't come through because um I got burnt out, and so I only finished like the first few seconds of it. It was like a lot more ambitious than this. And so last year I didn't give him anything. So this has got to count for 2 gifts. I mean, obviously he didn't tell me so. In fact, he specifically told me that I don't have to make a video for his birthday gift. But I want to go all out anyway. Um, because he deserves it. Like, he's one of my favorite people. Okay, let me see. I have a reference of Claire here that I'm gonna pull up in a moment just to double check that their hair is identical, because I don't remember for sure. I know they at least had very similar hairstyles, but I don't remember for sure if they were identical. All right, let me pull up my see, I can get rid of the Caroline references now. Let me like keep everything sorted. Oh, these are a Hammer and Tiger. I can get rid of those too. All right. So here's the thing. That, no, I don't have the one for Claire here. I'm so unprepared for this. All right, give me one moment, please. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check real quick. The reference. I would be so stressed out. Yeah, I am pretty stressed out, but it's gonna be so worth it. What is a community tab? It's a place where creators can like post like messages on YouTube for their community. Like if you go to a YouTube channel and go to posts, that's the community tab. Um, thank you, Daisy. I know. Like, it doesn't have to be done on his birthday, but I want it to be done on his birthday. I want it to be done on his birthday. Ooh, new comments on the fic of Bill. I can't wait to look at that. By the way, in case you didn't know, I'm updating the fic of Bill again, so that's exciting. Anyway, where's the frickin' reference of Claire? Okay, this is like an old one where they still had the bangs. Where's the new one that I saw where they had this haircut? I'm going through our messages right now. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, they have like the same hair pretty much. The only difference is that Claire doesn't have that like spike like Caroline does. And her hair is also a bit more like triangular at the tips. But the general shape of the hair is the same. So all I have to do is kind of cut the hair like so, because luckily Caroline and Claire have very similar hairstyles. So let's see. I'll just do this. And then on the other side, no wait, it has to come from this corner. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. I don't know why the Gummy Bear song is playing in my head. Now that makes even less sense than the hardware store. Alright. And then this one back here. And just go like that. Alright. And then Claire does not have this part on top. So just gotta have it go directly like this. And if you have a moment, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything. So why don't we go somewhere only we know? Somewhere only we know. I associate that song with my novel, by the way. It's like, whenever I don't really know who I am, I can just like read through and edit my novel, and then I can be reminded of who I am. Alright, so Claire's facial expression is honestly, it can't even speak right anymore. It's obviously going to be different. This is her outfit. Stressed out looking for a chai reference. Void, you made Chai's skin? I had no idea. Did you and Chai know each other prior to Cypher SMP? And thank you, Manolasa. I'm glad I'm not the only one here who forgets reality and uses songs to remember that there is somebody. Music is like a core part of my life. Because I mean, like, it's obviously an easy way to express myself, but I think the main reason why music is so important to me is because when I was a kid, I was, well, not, what am I saying? When I was very little, like maybe up until age 6 or so, I had a pragmatic speech delay, um, which basically meant that I had limited speech capabilities and I would only talk when I needed something or when somebody asked me a question. Um, Sorry, I'm still looking for references. Um, put in this one. This is a storyboard for later. Which reminds me, I also gotta add the halo around her head. Let me do that on a separate layer. But yeah, surprisingly, I couldn't. I wasn't fully verbal until the age of like around 6. Um, and because of that, um, I had to find other ways to communicate my needs. And it just so happened that even though I had trouble speaking, I had no problem singing. So when I was little, and still now, because I guess it's just become a habit, I have a tendency to like spontaneously burst into song as though I'm in a musical. Which I didn't question until recently why I did that, and then I realized it's probably because when I was little, it was like the easiest way for me to communicate with people. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make the line art for the halo white. Edit, tonal correction, brightness. And then again. And then one more time. Okay, that's as bright as it goes. Alright. Let's fill this in. Merge. This is a problem now because there's like this very apparent gap here. So you know what I'm gonna do? Keep it like this. Like this. And then add the Okay, I guess I could just color it in manually, which is tricky for me because it involves, you know, staying in the lines, which is something I've always struggled with. to the point that I even got in trouble for it once. And then I was in first grade. I guess that's another part of my autism, is that I have poor hand-eye coordination. Okay, so if I inverse this, shown in white, to me, digital art is like an accessibility tool of sorts. Because it's so much easier for me to draw digitally than traditionally. That doesn't quite look right. So you can't see like the curvature. I think it would be better if I did something like this so that you can see the lines. And I do like a deselect. Yeah, okay. Now I've created like boundaries for myself, so it's a bit easier to color. There. Alright, now let's try. I still went out of bounds here a little bit. There. That's the halo done. Honestly, I think I may have to stop here because I'm getting burnt out. Maybe I'll try to go just a little bit further. Let me see if I can pull up that reference again. Let me take a break and read the chat first. Wow, so Void and Chai, you met through my server, and then you made the skin for Chai, and then it became iconic. I still can't believe the community I've created. Like, the whole reason I started my channel in the first place was because I was lonely and wanted a community, and I couldn't find a community, so I decided to create my own. And I can't believe that I've actually done it. Like, this is my dream come true. I just can't believe it. Like, I don't think I fully registered the fact that I'm currently, like, living exactly what I wanted. You're slowly going less verbal after being too talkative. It probably has to do with anxiety. Um, and as for it being quote unquote really uncommon, it's a lot more common in those who are autistic. But yeah, anxiety can decrease your ability to speak. Um, no, Daisy, I have not heard of Selena Quintanilla Perez. I think everyone here uses their YouTube profile as a lore character. Um, I mean, I have my profile picture as a lore character, just not the lore that y'all are like thinking of. Like, but I do have like a lot of lore for my Inasona. At one point, I was considering changing my profile picture to my Bill Sona, and I even did a poll, and people were saying yes. But I didn't get around to it because I don't know, it was complicated. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go soon because I'm hungry. But I want to try to at least finish the face. Void making lore for Void. That looks funny out of context. Does anyone else randomly make little lore universes, also known as paracosms, and then make detailed sketches about YouTube videos about them and then never release them? I have some that I released and then deleted. I have like a couple um of like characters from my novel that I released to this channel and then deleted later on because my art was crappy back then. Welcome back, Beezy. Really, I'm the only channel that keeps you drawing things. Wow. What a responsibility. Also, I use they, them pronouns. It's been 5 to 6 months. That's a long time. Well, I'm glad that you were able to meet through my server. I can't believe all of that, all the stuff that's happening because of me. Like, for example, Sliver and Maple are boyfriends now, and they met through me. That's so weird that like people are actually like becoming friends and even boyfriends, and they met through my channel. That's so cool. The Queen of Tejano Music. Okay. Oh, you actually have a goose. I thought that you were like making a joke or an expression or something. I didn't realize you were referring to an actual gosling. Anyway, let me pull up the reference again because I already fucking closed it. Here we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. You know what? I don't have patience right now, so I'm just gonna take this, like flip it. Oh, this looks really weird flipped. Move it down here. I'm gonna get rid of these now. I'm just gonna use this. Alright, it's not lined up exactly. And it would probably be a bit better if I pushed it in a bit. Okay. Actually, no. That's not gonna look right. Okay, I'll just use the reference. All right, home stretch. Hopefully, my parents are making dinner. I'm so hungry. All right, so let me bring this closer so that I can see, and I'm just gonna copy the face onto here. Actually, it may be good to put this down here. Okay, yeah, now that I have onion skins turned on, I can see like where the facial features are supposed to be and make sure that they line up that way. So like the eyebrows, I'm going to do like this, kind of trace them over Caroline's, but then I'm going to sort of like give them a little bit of a tilt to indicate like nervousness. The brows are very different. They just kind of, they don't have that thing on the top. They just kind of go like this. And then let's see. No, hold on. Let me just copy the reference. I forgot I had a reference open over here. Let me use it. So the eyes kind of go like this. They go like this. They go like, but it goes like up. And then Okay, now I'm just gonna try going like this and then adding the other part on after. Because then there comes the part that kind of goes up like that. All right. Yeah, so her eyelashes kind of go like that. And then here they kind of curve down. Sort of like that. All right. And then her eyes are like ovals. Actually, I can just use the oval tool for this. I don't know what color they're supposed to be. And then I'm gonna have her mouth be like this. All right. So then she has the lines going down, like all the way down her face. Yeah, see, she looks very different from her twin, even though they are twins. Let me disable the halo layer so I can actually see what I'm doing here. And then the other one. Oh, it goes like this actually. All right. Supposed to be like a drop of sweat because she's like nervous.
So yeah, I think that's her face done. I let me pull up the coloring reference. But first, let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then once I'm done coloring the face, I'm finally gonna end the stream.
That's really cool that you have an actual goose egg beezy. Also, welcome back, Zippy Coons. I'm glad you were able to recover your drawing, Zippy Coons. Maybe you can work the Pepsi into the drawing. Like, I don't know like what kind of genre of Bill you're drawing, but maybe you could make it look like really scary, and then make it look like something Ford would have drawn while he was all sleep deprived and panicky. And then like the leftover Pepsi stain could look like the weathering of the pages he writes in. That's like the first thing that came to my mind, but I don't know if that fits your situation. Will Bill play Dress to Impress again? Or did he actually quit? He actually quit because, like Voight said, Tipsy snuck in, and considering her ghost is apparently still around, it can and will happen again. So, like, I don't think Bill is going to play Dress to Impress again unless Tipsy, like, fully passes on to hell or wherever she ends up. Um, yes, luscious lashes. A lot of Ricochet's characters do have luscious lashes. And thank you, Zippy Coons, for spreading the word about me. Don't know who HQ is. Wouldn't be surprised if it was another one of Tipsy's alts. You read HQ as HG. What did I just say? I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of Tipsy's alts. Alright, well, I'm glad I could help you, Zippy. Good luck with the drawing. Tipsy said she was done with Cypher SMP. Cypher SMP is done. Tipsy is not done with Bill, though. She was in the last premiere. Like, I'm done with Cypher SMP means nothing. We're all done with Cypher SMP, whether we want to be or not. But yeah, she literally entered the chat before, like in the premiere chat. Anyway, let me go over to Telegram real quick and retrieve the reference. For coloring. Alright. Okay, here we go.
So I'm just gonna color the head real quick and then do the rest hopefully tomorrow. Oops. And once I'm done coloring this part, I'll merge it down to the halo. Why is it okay? Why is this in the arm section? Hold on, no. Go to head. There we go. Okay, so that's the face. The hair is like this really light lavender color with white going through it. Oh, there's like color picking stuff on the side. So like this is for the eyes, I think. So we go from this to this. All right. Let's give it a go. Oops, wrong way. This way. Alright, that looks pretty cool. I honestly can't tell from this perspective whether or not she has pupils. I can just look at the other one, the one I had pulled up here. That I now have to pull up a third time because I keep impulsively closing it. I don't know. Here her eyes are just dark. Yeah, I literally can't tell whether or not she's supposed to have pupils. Wait, isn't there a picture of her with Kevin? Yeah, here we go. It's still hard to tell. I'm guessing that her eyes are just like this, like without pupils, because in the sketches he just draws them solid like this, and there's like no pupil in the middle. So I'm just, maybe it's part of this cybernetics. How would it look with a pupil? I don't know. Honestly, I think I'll just add pupils because it just makes more sense. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna use that darker purple for the brows, but I feel like it's a bit too dark, so I'll just use. There we go. Okay. Now let's just add some white going across. Actually, it should be like a narrow band that gets wider, I think. I don't know how the light would work here. I think it would be kind of something like this. This part kind of got. Let me put this out real quick. I have to merge it with the halo anyway. Let me just kind of fill that in. All right. Let's see, there's like that one piece of hair in the back. Let's see, let's make the halo a bit straighter. All right. Merge that down. Put it back here. And that is Claire's head done. Alright, I think I'm done drawing for today. I'm getting tired, fatigued, hungry. But I'm just gonna catch up with the chat one more time and then actually end things off. HQ is very suspicious, I agree. Oh, shoot. I just realized I forgot a part of Caroline's design. Oh, thank you, Beezy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Beezy. Thank you, Beezy. If it weren't for you, I would have completely forgotten. Alright, can I just save? Undo a bunch of times until this reference returns. No, I can't. Okay, so I have to bring it back. Okay, let me just get the reference back. Because I just realized, thanks to Beezy, that I forgot a part of Caroline's design. Also, I forgot to color her eyebrows. That I realized not directly thanks to Beezy, but because I went back, and the reason I went back was because of Beezy. Alright. Well, not her eyebrows, her eyelashes. Her eyelashes, I forgot to color her eyelashes. Okay. So, Beezy was talking about glasses. And that made me realize... Wait, I made the head a bit too narrow. Let me fix that real quick. Let me fix that real quick. Make it a little... Yeah, that looks better. Maybe even a little this way. Okay, yeah. So, and I should fix Claire's head too then. There. Alright, so what I realized, so you see it looks almost like Caroline is designed to be wearing glasses. Sort of. So, what I can do now is, first of all, fill in the eyebrows, and secondly, add the little bridge here, to indicate, the sort of glasses looking design. I don't think it's like directly meant to be glasses, but it resembles glasses. So, I'm going to add that on like so. It needs to go... It needs to be not as steep. Something like this. There we go. Although, I think it needs to be... since it's like sort of a 3/4 perspective, it needs to be more like... like this. Kind of. Alright, so now it's complete. I can remove this reference. Let me make sure that the head still looks right. We're going across. Sorry for the jump scare. Okay. The head looks a little bit weird now. Let me see. That's fine. Alright. So. That's all the drawing I'm doing for today. Let me catch up now. I can't wait to eat dinner. Does anyone else's faces just not track their emotions? I feel like I sometimes have different levels of expressing emotions, like when a lot of people laugh or cry because of like a movie or a TV show, I often just don't. But then I can be over emotional at the wrong times. But it is very often where I'll hear a joke and I'll acknowledge that it's funny, but I won't laugh. And I do kind of feel like something's wrong with me in that regard. Also, happy early birthday, Daisy. I don't think it's a hellhole, Zippy Coons. I think it's just a bunch of people having a conversation. And it's good that you have a friend who looks out for you, Manalasa. I get what you mean, BZ, with like becoming aggressive but not meaning to be aggressive. When I like as Bill, I kind of just embrace that. But like in like normal settings, it causes more harm than good. It's B because of BZ. Nice one. And yes, you did help me, BZ. I'm glad that made you happy. I do like making people happy. It's just far more difficult than making them feel uncomfortable or upset.
But I do like that when I manage to make someone happy, then that makes me happy. When is Bill going into Chai's mind? I don't know. I mean, he probably already went in there. Beezy, I hope you meet people who say thank you to you more often. I'm sorry to hear that Tipsy spoiled your plans, Zippy Coons. And thank you for the reassurance as well. You're calling chat a hellhole? I because it's funny. I don't know, cuz here's the thing. You got to keep in mind that Bill Cipher was deemed too annoying for hell. So if this chat is a hellhole, then y'all are being tame and need to step up your act. Make this chat into something Bill Cipher would be proud of, you know? I'm glad that you've improved, Beezy. I'm trying to improve on that too, but it's difficult because when I get anxious, I like don't really think. I just act without thinking. Void, why is your character gonna slap Chai? Painting everything red? In what context, BZ? Because, like, is that a reference to the Bill videos? Yeah, it was funny to see Tipsy get ignored. Like that's exactly like, you know, cuz the problem is that she loves attention whether positive or negative. So like the only way to like defeat her, so to speak, is to just completely ignore her and deprive her of the attention she craves. Yeah, I got your text. And yes, you're absolutely right, Zippy Coons. We need to upgrade the lousy hellhole into the nightmare realm hole. I'm glad to hear that I make you happy, Kara. Though Beezy, just so you know, painting everything red would not make Bill proud. On the contrary. Anyway, my mom just told me that dinner is ready. Finally. So let me read this message from Void and then I'm gonna end the stream. When Chai was sleeping and my character would try and wake her up, but every single time they kept getting slapped in the face. Yes, upgrade the chat. But anyway, what like Chai So Chai is like in a coma and slapping Void in the face while in the coma. That's interesting. I remember how angry I made Bill the first time. I had completely forgotten that Bill didn't like you at first, cuz now you're like one of the favorites. So that is really weird to think about. Wow. Well, luckily you managed to repent for whatever you did. I don't even remember anymore. So yeah, even if Bill hates you, depending on the reason why, there is hope to get on his good side. But yeah, I'm gonna have dinner now. Um, you haven't had an appetite in a few days. Please eat, Beezy. Please. At least try. It's based off something that Chai did in real life in voice chat. That's even more interesting. And thank you, Daisy. I'm glad that I'm able to make you happy. It feels so weird being among this many favored people of Bill. Ironically, out of everyone here, I'm probably Bill's least favorite. I have 2 sprained ankles to prove it. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner now, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm having pork as per usual. I hope that y'all enjoyed this stream and that you enjoy the rest of your days. It felt so weird, Bill calling you one of his favorite followers. Well, he wants to like form that connection, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna have dinner now. Thank you all for watching this stream. And I thank you for the well wishes. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.